I have this joke that I sometimes say to my wife: every child is a beggar and a thief. And I don't even say that joke to other people, but anyone who's been around kids know they're always asking for stuff and they have to ask over and over, you know. And of course, they just kind of take things um, innocently, right? I mean, all of this is innocent. So that's why I don't say it to other people, because there are a lot of kind of negative jokes or views historically about children. So I don't want it to be taken as that. Um, about that, though, I remember once I was in Iceland, and there was a kind of a convenience store about 2 blocks away from where I was staying on Airbnb. So I walked there with some of my children, and that was just a thrill for all of us, just to be walking in the snow. I mean, at the time we were living in Saudi Arabia. So when we went in there, they had these kind of open, well, they weren't open, they're these plastic lids that you can kind of lift off of a little box that has different types of candies in them, and gummy bears and those types of things. And one of my children, who would have been at that time about 5, no, sorry, 3, was just she literally could not stop herself from just taking a piece. I mean, she was looking with these big eyes, like big innocent eyes, kind of guilty eyes, and I could see she had a little something in her hand. So I said, "Okay, go put it back." But maybe she did, and then I looked again, and she had a little piece in her mouth, and she was trying, like, not to chew, but it's so good and yummy that you can't at least chew a little bit, while you're looking at me with those big old eyes, And I said, like, it's okay, and I just told the cashier, um, sorry, but she took a few pieces, and even she just basically laughed. And you realize children's minds aren't even the same as adults' minds. They don't have. I don't know. Maybe like when you go through puberty, you have hair in places you didn't have hair. That's a physical development. Likewise, the mind will develop growth physically in places that it didn't physically have, as well as the capacities that maybe are related to that. So, it's an issue of self-control. Like, a kid just can't stop themselves, and that's why we let kids go. It's like, and there's nothing wrong with doing it. It may just be that the timing is wrong. It may be that we're wrong. Maybe that we just need to say, hey, yeah, actually, why not? And hey, me too. I'm gonna jump in too. I'm gonna scream too. That sort of thing. I'm gonna laugh at that too. Um, Another thing that children do is lie innocently, and it's like lying is such a great technology when you first think about it. You're like, I could just say I didn't do it and then I won't get in trouble for it. Like, how easy. And you're like, yeah, that's genius. I mean, everyone must have had that eureka moment, like, hey, I know what I'll do. I'll lie. It is wrong. So with children, you're just like, they're almost even making a, a acute admission of guilt, because they're basically saying, Mommy, Baba, I know enough to know that I shouldn't have done that. And so I almost just wish that I hadn't. So I'm gonna just say that I hadn't. Like, I feel bad about it. So it's like it's basically like a confession and an apology at the same time. So we still teach them, if you didn't do something, don't say you did it, because then we'll be confused and stuff like that. And of course, the story of the shepherd boy who cried wolf. But yeah, so children's minds, a child's mind, it's a beautiful thing, to see its expression in the things that they do and that they say. And then when you even go behind those actions and words into what must they actually be thinking, like what's their logic, like what's their algorithm, you know, sometimes you really learn a lot from that. I mean, I'm opening my eyes to the world just by trying to think how my children think. So let's learn to think from our children, and I don't know, if we understand them better and they understand us better, then I think, we will be able to execute our function of treating and raising them better uh, uh, at all, and also more easily. Thought for the day. Peace.